to discuss the most sought after issues. And today we will be talking about raising investment and attracting capital. And in view of that, obviously, we have to talk about grants as an ability or a way for companies to reduce their costs and increase their assets, especially given the fact that there are a lot of opportunities here in Ukraine aimed at such companies. Now, we're conducting this event together with the USAID Competitive Economy Project, and thank you very much indeed for supporting our event today. Couple of administrative remarks. Well, everything starts with a pre-event, with a mini panel discussion. We will have 4 representatives of USAID programs to talk to us about how they work with technology business and what you can do to make yourself useful there as well, because as you know, this is a two-way street, talking about working with investors. And another important consideration is this, let's not forget that we're here thanks to the armed forces of Ukraine. So a moment of silence for all the fallen heroes.
Дякую. Що ж, таймлайн.
Well, thanks. So here's our time frame. We will have 2 parts. First is presentation of programs and panel discussions, and then later on we will have some sideline conversations with USAID representatives out there in a hallway. And you will get ample opportunities to ask whatever questions you may have and then discuss the way ahead for your cooperation. So let me invite Theodore Adel, Deputy Head of USAID Mission to Ukraine and a big friend of our union, someone who I think has attended the largest number of our events we've had to date.
Дуже дякую, друзі. Я так рада, неймовірно рада бути тут разом з вами, особливо тому що це моя
Well, thank you very much indeed, friends, and I'm happy to be here with you, especially since this is my last event here in Kiev. Unfortunately, I will have to leave the country after 18 months, and there are so many things that inspire me about Ukraine, and digital sector of Ukraine really stands out as a beacon of hope, as a beacon of global innovation. And I would like to thank TC United and Natalia for this opportunity to be here and speak to you alongside my colleagues from other programs, and speak to the members of your community. And thank you very much indeed for your commitment to developing innovation and creating opportunities for Ukrainian startups. Well, this is something that definitely helps Ukraine be recognized as a global leader, and it's a great honor to be here. And I would like to now invite my colleagues to the stage. Olesya Zaluska, head of the USAID program, SEP, and Anastasia, deputy head of the Digital Transformation Support Program, and Iryna Khomenko, deputy head of the Cybersecurity for Critical Infrastructure project.
Nino, Dameniia,
And Nino,
економічного розвитку проекту USAID демократичне
Economic Development Advisor for Democratic Governance Project East, DG East.
Так, супер.
Right, great.
І дякую, це клікер. Супер. Важлива річ.
There's the clicker. That's the important bit.
Українські компанії, як
Ukrainian
компанії, показали світу,
companies such as yours
потужною зброєю.
have shown to the world that technology can be a powerful
Потужною
weapon,
зброєю у війни,
a
але
powerful
переважно
weapon of
потужною
war,
зброєю добра.
but also a powerful
Вирішуючи складні
weapon
проблеми, захищаючи
of
демократію,
peace,
створюючи
helping
майбутнє, сповнене можливості.
address complex changes, and promote
Але
democracy.
найбільше
full
мені
of
виглядає,
opportunity.
як швидко та ефективно
What's
ви
most important
адаптуватися.
and what's most
Ваш внесок
inspiring
у
is
Україні
the way you were
безумовно
able to
знаковий.
adapt, and your
Від
contribution to
передового
Ukraine's security is
протезування
exceptional,
до сучасних
starting
дронів,
from
технологій.
advanced software
Те, що
all the
відбувається в
way
Україні
to
сьогодні,
advanced
це
drone
насправді
technology.
змінює
Everything that happens here in Ukraine is indeed
І,
changing
я
the
особливо
world.
пишаюся, що
And I'm
USAID
especially
вже
proud
тривалий час є надійним
that
партнером
USAID
українського
has
цифрового
been
сектору.
a staunch
І
partner
головне,
of
що я
Ukrainian
хочу
digital
внести
sector.
сьогодні, полягає в тому,
And
що
my
успіх
key
базується на
message
партнерстві.
today is
Ми
that
співпрацюємо
success
з
is
урядом,
based on
з
partnership.
університетами, з
We
громадським
work with the
суспільством,
government,
з
with
нашими
academia,
програмами.
with civil
Але переважно ми
society,
хочемо співпрацювати з
through our
приватним
programs,
сектором.
but primarily we
У
want to
нас
work with the
спільна
private
мета
sector. We all
цифрова
have a shared goal,
трансформація
digital
України.
transformation of
І
Ukraine.
наші ініціативи спрямовані на
And
створення
our
динамічного
initiatives
бізнес-середовища,
are aimed at
сприяння
creating dynamic
конкурентності
business
українських
environment,
IT-компаній.
promoting competitiveness of
Сьогодні я хочу
Ukrainian
зосередити
IT
увагу
companies. And
на
today,
вас,
I'd like
підприємцях,
to
розробниках, новаторах,
focus
формують цифрове майбутнє
the
не
attention
лише
on you,
вашої
the
країни, не
developers,
лише України, а всього
entrepreneurs, people
Ми
laying the
FutureTech
foundations for the
підтримати
future of your
наше
country and the
бачення.
world.
Незалежно від того,
And
чи
at
це
USAID,
допомогу,
we
спільні
will support
інвестиції чи стартовий
your
капітал.
vision
Наше
regarding
партнерство
the actual
є
way.
незмінним.
Our partnership
Я сподіваюся,
remains
що ви
committed
скористаєтеся
and strong.
можливостями, які пропонують
And
програми
I
USAID.
hope
І
you
не
will
лише ці
utilize
програми, як
opportunities
Наталя
presented
вже нам
by
сказала.
USAID
Є багато
programs, and
інших
not just
програм
these four
в
programs
USAID,
that
які
Natalia alluded to
запускаються.
earlier, but
Ми
there are
будемо
many other
робити
programs
ці
out there
такі,
that work together with technology
мітапи, я
sectors,
сподіваюся, регулярно.
and hopefully we will have
Разом
these
ми
kinds of
можемо
meetups
весь потенціал
on
цифрового
a
сектору.
frequent basis
Разом
going
можемо
forward. So
забезпечити
together
міцну
we will
Україну
be
як
able to
світового
unlock
партнера
the
для глобального.
Ukraine's technological
І
potential
зараз я хочу
and establish itself as a global center of innovation.
першій спікерці
And now I would like
Олесі
to pass
Залуска,
the floor on to
керівник
Olesya
проекту
Zaluska,
USAID,
first speaker
програма
today, the
конкурентоспособна
head of the
економіка. Мені
USAID
здається, що багато з
program,
вас
the
вже
competitive
її
economy
знають.
program,
І
CEP, and I'm
Olesya.
sure a lot of you know who
Дякую
she is. So
дуже.
Olesya, over to you now.
Працює.
Thank you. Is it working? Yes, it is.
Так, в продовженні того, що вже сказали, наша програма працює
Now,
заради
just to build on
підтримки малого
what's
і
been
середнього
said
бізнесу.
already, our program
Нещодавно
exists to
ми ще
support
почали звертати
SMEs,
увагу на
and
великий бізнес.
recently we
Щодо
started looking at larger business as well.
внутрішнього
Things
ринку,
like better
як ми
competitiveness
це робимо? Всі
on internal and
звикли
external
думати, що
markets.
це через
And,
гранти, але це не тільки
This is how we do it. And a lot of people
так.
would
Бувають
think
гранти,
that we do
і
this
от
through
верхній
grants,
рівень
but
робить
not just the
приклади
grants. I mean, we do have
виконання
grants, and there are
публічного
a
сектору.
couple of examples of grants
Компаніям
out
і
there
стартапам. Тут я хочу
issued
одразу
to
сказати важливу річ.
technology
В
companies
нашому,
and companies
нашій
versus
термінології
startups. And here's an
ми
important
обов'язково
bit. In
говоримо
our
про чітку
terminology,
Ми можемо, наші
we don't
можливості
necessarily
стосуються
distinguish a
малого
startup
і середнього
from
бізнесу,
any other
та в
type of
тому числі
company. I mean, we
великих
create
компаній.
opportunities for small
Тому,
and medium
будь ласка,
business
не
that
шукайте щось, що
includes
було написано для IT,
technology
для
business, right? So
технологічного сектору.
don't expect there to be a sort of a
Загальні
well-defined
можливості для
provision
малого
that
і
says
середнього
IT or,
бізнесу можуть бути для вас
a
також
startup.
корисними.
So
Інші
if you're from, if you're an SME, you can get this kind of support. And then, we support clusters, associations, groups of companies during various events, various industry events, web summits, Startup Crunch, and to name a few, and then various cluster development support programs, such as Lviv IT cluster, Kharkiv IT cluster, depending, on what their preferred avenue for development is. And then we also work with various platforms within the government, within the public sector, such as the city, right from the get-go, right from the time it got started. And let me tell you a secret. At least initially, we didn't want to even brand it, not to undermine the role of the government. Didn't want to have sort of any visible association with that ecosystem, as not on the government's contribution and perception of that role, because as Natalia correctly mentioned, it's a two-way street, and it can only work when both parties are ready, to take that step forward. So, and we continue to support Code UA. That's another new platform launched by the Ministry of Digital Transformation and a number of other initiatives. Science, yes, yep, and a number of other clusters here in Ukraine. Right, so that's just a short presentation, right?
Рухаємося далі. Давайте.
No, go ahead. Just
Тобто
yeah.
код UA,
Ага.
я вже
yeah,
згадала,
Code
нещодавно
UA.
був презентований на веб-саміті. Ми теж
Recently
гордимося цією
presented
ініціативою, бо вона починалася як
at the Web Summit. I mean, really proud of this initiative. It started out as a grassroots initiative in Lviv with Lviv Tech Cluster, and then, it went on to become a national or nationwide platform for the IT sector. And these are some of the examples of our tech trade missions. The upcoming AI summit in New York is one example, and Consumer Electronics Show nearly January is another. So these are just the two examples where we have put together a delegation already, right? And then here's a bit of news for you. Early next year, we will launch an open call for potential participants in a Select USA Investment Summit to be held in May 2025 in Washington, D.C., which is one of the largest events of its kind. So, check your schedules and make sure you apply. And we will go on this journey to Washington, D.C. together to look for buyers and, other ways of promoting cooperation with the U.S. And then one more thing, don't get hung up on grants. Grants is one thing, but there are many others as well, such as participating or in missions like that, or the recently concluded Stanford Ignite program, which comprised various Ukrainian startups and technology companies, among others. So, think outside the box and keep reaching out, keep talking to other people, because, through this communication, you will find out about some of these initiatives and get more information about what we do. Thank you very much, Olesya.
Можете тільки, як приклад, ви нещодавно повернулися, я не знаю,
And
що ви
just
особливо,
give another example,
разом з делегацією повернулися
I think you've just came
Лісабону.
back from
Можете
Lisbon,
сказати нам трошки про результат
right?
цієї,
Can you
так,
open up a lid on what happened at that tech summit? Well, yes, we presented the Code UA. It was a pretty good event, and I think it was really interesting and important, especially for those who had only basic understanding of Ukraine and what Ukraine is. And I think it was really important for them to get in touch with actual Ukrainian companies.
Для
And
бізнесу хочу сказати, що участь в таких заходах є
I think,
надзвичайно
participating in events
корисною.
like this, and this is just for all the companies out there, I think it's extremely useful.
Але ми маємо, наприклад, один з прикладів, який вже є в
And
публічному
some of those results and the outcomes are less publicized than others. But then there is one very good example, Leaky UA, a company that attracted investment from a venture fund, owned by Ukrainians, and then, participating in the tech ranch last year and really making a difference. And lots and lots of examples, lots of good examples out there. So I think actually going on a trip like that, participating in a mission like that really helps
Дуже дякую.
you find more investment and,
можливість
create friendships and
задати
partnerships. Thank you
питання,
very much
більше
indeed.
питань
And
теж. Але
I'm sure
наш
we'll
другим
have
спікером є Анастас
a
Бойко,
chance to ask more questions
заступник
later.
керівника питань
In the meantime, let me hand it over to Anastas
трансформації.
Boyko, the Deputy
І,
Head
о,
for the Digital
Анастасія, думаю, у вас
Transformation
теж є коротка
Support
презентація.
Program. And
Так,
you do have a short presentation as well. Yes, I do. Can someone please project the slides? So while they're fixing the technical issues, just a few words about the Web Summit and the outcomes, the results. The summit, and I was present, I was there, and I think this message was as powerful as it gets. Speaking in terms of well-known products that contain Ukrainian code, that everybody could relate to those stories. So, and it found a lot of resonance, I believe, and you could see this in the audience there. And I think it's events like this that create these opportunities for Ukrainian companies to grow and develop themselves. Now, as far as digital transformation support, well, maybe not a household name, but I'm sure you would have heard about TAPA's project. There's a similar project that we ran until 2024. The DTA is really a continuation of TAPA's. Well, we do have a lot of new ideas and new directions there as well, and new ways for businesses to work with us. Now, as to what we do for companies in Ukraine. So, we work on one hand, we work for the government in our key beneficiaries are the Ministry of Digital Development and Economy. But we also work for the citizens and for the business, and we work with the business. And I'm sure, we've got a lot of product making companies here. So I think it would make more sense for me to speak in terms of products that we help create over years. So things like DIA ecosystem, the development of the portal, the mobile app, DIA engine registry platform development, and a number of other products that exist within this very broad ecosystem. And separate services that reside within DIA but have their own technological components such as e-Vidnovlya or e-recovery, which includes a technology to connect multiple different Ukrainian agencies together, and then also creating a way for Ukrainian companies to register their services, and there are more than 4,000 of those companies selling construction services, among others, funded by programs such as e-recovery. So Prozora, eCherga, or EQ, so this is an app that logistic companies can use for their trucks to cross borders safely and orderly, and a host of other products widely used by Ukrainian businesses and companies. And let me say that none of these products would be possible without contribution of Ukrainian companies, helping write the create marketing strategies, you name it. A very recent example is a digital strategy presented by Natalia creates in conjunction with Ukrainian business primarily. And then, we also work as purchasers of businesses services, really, right? So procuring their service, that's another thing that we do. And another major area of operation for us is opportunities for startups. So over the existence of Thomas projects, 36 startups received $840,000 in support. And just this Friday, we've concluded an open data accelerator final event, and 5 startups received over $150,000 in support, including Stroom and Symptomy app and a number of other startups that we help develop. So we're just going to continue to stay this course. And this area keeps evolving, evolving away from the open data domain, which has traditionally been important for Tapas and USAID. But we're starting to look at things such as data governance. We're going to run a hackathon next year, and I encourage and call upon all the companies to apply and bring their ideas to the table and keep working and growing together. And here's another bit of news. We have very good cooperation with USAID SEP project, and we've already started looking at what directions that competitive economy project had been working on that we can support in terms of keeping these vital initiatives going, so that there's no disruption or no gaps or obstacles towards continued development of these objectives and initiatives. So all I can say is that we'd like you guys to look at all the opportunities available, and we're open to working together with you. If you have a bright idea to share a product or a service that you feel is important, and you want to let us know about it, or the Ministry of Digital know about it, we are ready to help you out, and we can help you package this idea and even fund some of your costs and help create something that our citizens will love, some sort of a nice product. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anastas.
Декілька проєктів так в межах мандату нинішнього проєкту, які
Now you mentioned
відрізняються від
several projects within your current mandate, and that is not TAPAS related. Now, how can an average client find some information about these initiatives and about these accelerators, for example? Well, yeah, thank you for this question. So please use our Facebook's page at DTAUA. Now, all the information is on that page. Now, as far as bidding is concerned, we are using Prozoro system quite heavily, and have in fact been one of the first to do so. So our information is also available within the Prozoro system, and then we participate in various networking events, and we'll continue to do so to keep the business informed. Right, thank you very much indeed for this, and hopefully this event will go a long way towards helping bring this network, as you alluded to. Now, and we have Iryna, Deputy Chair of the Cybersecurity for CIP. project. Iryna, you do have a short presentation as well. Yes, I do. And I'm happy to present yet another important project, cybersecurity for critical infrastructure protection in Ukraine. And, we've been doing this for 5 years now, and we will conclude next year. And I have prepared also some ideas for the future for you. So,
Більшість цього, звичайно, розумієте, все знаходиться поза межами великої комунікації.
For the
Але
most
разом з
part,
тим
it's
ми маємо
beyond the scope of big
ініціативи,
communication, but also we have some initiatives of potential importance for small, medium businesses, for investors. In 2023-24, we had a large grant-based program, and I'd like to tell more about its results and about our intention to attract investors. I'd like to primarily tell you what might be of interest for you as dear city residents. This year, together with the Ministry for Digital Transformation, we launched a program for diagnosing SMEs. One of the initiatives of the ministry is about harmonization with the European legislation that we are going to have soon because of the NIS2 directive in place, mandatory for every enterprise working within the government supply chain. They are required to have cyber diagnostics to see that this supply chain component is protected. We intend to enroll about 500 enterprises within the scope of our capacity, willing to pay for your cyber diagnostic routine. Now, if you're up to 250 personnel strong, if you're an SME with your applications, web services, certain digital infrastructure you're using quite actively, and you are not quite sure about how secure it is, please use this QR code to go for Dear Business, and you can use the TAPAS-based system to register to undergo this free of charge cyber diagnostics. At the moment, we have three basic tools: vulnerability testing, pen testing, and application testing. You can choose which is of relevance for you. There are experts to help you out if you are undecided. And this makes for a simple yet efficient way to check your vulnerability. Any SME can undergo such diagnostic, such testing within a fortnight. So please welcome, use the code, scan and join. Another initiative quite of importance given the number of investors here. In 2023-24, we had a large grant program looking for modern cybersecurity solutions to help our customers better protect their systems. Throughout this year, we've been able to identify 9 innovative solutions for the total of about $1 million that we want to further help grow. There are some specific features in each of the products. There are products helping with enhanced two-factor identification routine. There are products offering simplified vulnerability testing and other such products that we'd gladly offer to our investors that we are going to invite in 2025. And there will be an opportunity for you as potential investor to hear from the developers themselves. Just scan the code, register to show your interest, and you will be invited to check the solutions that our partner companies have come up with within 2023 and 24. Most of the solutions are already at the MVP stage. We will further help implementing them on the domestic market here for critical infrastructure operators, for some public institutions ready to do it. And they also have plans of entering European markets. So there's already a choice for you to see which type of horizon you are most interested in. So that's it in the nutshell about the two initiatives that I'd like to promote to you. We hope for collaboration and we do want to help you.
Дуже вам дякую, Ірино.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Iryna,
Скажіть,
indeed.
будь ласка, ви теж у вас є плани
Now,
долучитися до
do you
Прозоро,
also have plans of joining Prozoro with your
Як ви робите з продуктивністю?
procurements? How you are doing, going with procurements? Well, at the moment, we are using this existing environment, but for the upcoming project, I think the platforms are more or less identical for us, but we will definitely be aiming at the Ukrainian made. And the one that you're having now, Prostir. This is Prostir.
Взагалі, це наші
Okay.
основні проєкти.
Generally, these are the three tech projects that we have. The DTA, the support of technical infrastructure, and better competitiveness of the economy of Ukraine. But again, as we've mentioned it, there's many more projects contributing to the development of SMEs, supporting startups, working in the procurement sector, and I'm extremely glad to see today with us Nino Dameniia, the economic development advisor at the project DG East project on economic governance in the East. And this really is very instrumental for the frontline regions and areas. So, dear Nino, I think you also have a brief presentation.
Дякую.
Yeah, thank you.
Ми трошки з іншої сторони підходимо
Um,
до питання допомоги.
We have a bit of different approach on support of businesses, particularly tech companies.
Дуже дякую.
Yeah, right. Because if before we had been involved in democratic governance, now we are more focused. We've actually started working on the economic dimension of it. And our activities are focused on ensuring maximum sustainable economic growth, particularly on the frontline territories in the east and south of Ukraine, supporting businesses that still remain there. For this, we use a variety of tools. And in the scope of this business support avenue, we are able to support a wide range of companies, not just tech companies. So we can work with companies in the logistics, agriculture, construction sector, services, so on. We are practically not limited in terms of sectoral affiliation. So if there is an opportunity for you to join, please do so. Please help me with another slide. Oh, yeah, thank you. We can offer a variety of support tools, from equipment and certain things indispensable for businesses to assistance with innovation technologies and solutions that can be implemented by businesses. This is not just about technical support, but also technological support, process-related innovations, quite a thing for some companies. And we can also offer soft support, particularly in terms of personal training, qualifications upgrades, headhunting, providing staff members with skills required in a specific area. We are working in regions that already have experienced quite a huge labor drain, and they do feel the lack of professionals, and we are ready to help with training, preparing such needed professionals, including support to get proper certifications in line of technical regulations and related such processes. Our key priority is to ensure sustainable economic growth. This is of great importance for us. And because of that, we are ready to support businesses that try developing in such challenging conditions.
або збереження робочих місць,
We
тому що ми
want to
розуміємо,
help
що сталося
retaining
найбільше
jobs,
зростання на цих територіях.
growing
Саме
the
говориться
number,
про також
because exactly these
створення
areas,
робочих місць,
the economic growth
зростання
potential
виробничих
is closely
потужностей
linked to the available
компаній,
labor.
також
We
є нашим
want to
фокусом. І для
ensure that
нас
such
дуже
companies
важливо
increase their
додатковим
revenues,
компонентом буде, якщо це матиме великий
and
соціальний вплив.
potentially,
Якщо
if
є
it is
можливість
of great
працевлаштовувати
social
людей і
importance,
підтримувати
we will
даним
also make it
коштами
to the list of our focal
безпеки,
areas.
звісно, всі наші активності мають фокус і
And surely our activities
фокус на допомогу
are mostly focused on
ком'юніті,
on
жінкам,
support to
ветеранам, людям з
underrepresented
інвалідністю.
target groups like
І це наша
women,
основна
veterans,
допомога.
people
Тому
with
дуже дякую.
disabilities.
Тож
They are at the core of
звертайтеся,
our
будь ласка,
attention.
до нас.
So
У нас
thank you.
зараз
Thank you for
є
your
такий етап,
attention.
що ми
Please
можемо
find time to
максимально
address
бути
us.
гнучкими
We are
і,
exactly at the stage when we
виходячи з
can
того
show
запиту,
maximum
який є на територіях, ми
flexibility.
можемо
And
адаптувати
given the
наші
demand in
активності.
those areas, we can quickly adapt our activities. Thank you.
Ніно, дуже дякую.
Thank you, Nina, indeed.
Стартапи вас знайти.
How
У
the
нас
startups can
є
find you?
соціальні мережі і в
We are
Фейсбуці, і в
present on
Інстаграмі.
social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm sorry I don't have links for you, but we also are present as DG East, also in LinkedIn,
Є мої контакти,
Facebook
можете
again.
звертатися до мене.
I can also give you my
І,
contact
Ніно,
details.
ще одне питання до вас.
Yeah,
Ви зараз
and another one
працюєте,
question to you,
сказали,
Nina.
в прифронтових регіонах.
You're
Зокрема,
operating now, as you
Дніпрі,
said, in frontline areas like in the cities of Dnipro, Odessa, Kharkiv,
були центрами
that have
технологічних продуктів,
always been
інновацій.
centers
Як ви
of
сприяєте
technological
співпраці між,
manufacturing innovations. How do you contribute to collaboration between the companies that have stayed there in those cities and the government?
органи
I mean,
регіонального самоврядування
regional bodies of self-governance or maybe central government authorities.
Наше завдання – це стала економічна
Our
розвиток
task
для нас.
is sustainable economic growth.
Важливим і,
And from here, it's
логічним
increasingly
питанням є
important for us.
технологічні компанії,
It's just
які
logical for us
знаходяться
to
на територіях,
link the
надають
technological companies
свій
operating in
продукт,
these areas.
тобто мають продукт, який може
Well,
бути
the
корисний
companies
як для
that
урядових
can
організацій,
offer
так і для
products
інших
of
бізнесів на
interest
території.
for public
Ми
institutions,
вважаємо, що
government
якраз
organizations, other
закуповування
companies.
продуктів – це є
So we
синергічним,
think that buying such
хорошим
products
ефектом,
provides
який
a
тому що
good
ми можемо
synergy
надати
effect for
продукти
businesses.
і місцевим органам
That way, we are
самоврядування,
able
якщо
to
є
help
продукт,
both
який є
businesses, local
корисний,
self-government
і
authorities,
бізнес,
if they get the
якщо є
products they
продукт,
need,
який корисний. Тому, будь ласка,
maybe other
технологічні
companies that
компанії,
might
які
need
мають
such products. So
рішення
technological
для
companies
бізнесу
having
або
solutions for
органів
businesses,
місцевого
for local
самоврядування на цих
self-government
територіях, ми дуже
on these
запрошуємо вас
territories,
співпрацювати не
please, we are
тільки в
very
форматі
interested
грантів,
in
але й в
cooperating
форматі
with you, not just within the
співпраці
grant-based
форматі
program, but also in terms of our collaboration with an opportunity of buying the goods and services you're able to provide.
Дякую всім спікерам ще один раз.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank all the speakers.
Але я впевнена, що у вас теж є.
And I'm very much sure you still have questions to our panelists. We still have some time
на кілька запитань із залу.
to field those questions from the audience, please.
Доброго дня, я Володимир.
Good afternoon. I'm Volodymyr, Netpeak Group.
Дозвольте подякувати вам за ваші презентації.
First of all, thank you for your presentations. I do hope you will share them with
Ви
us.
всі сьогодні казали, звертайтеся до
You've
нас,
been
приходьте
telling
до нас, як це зробити, де
each
якось
time, please
зробити.
come to us, please join us. Is there any sort of short guidance how to do it?
Соцмережі, рад.
Social media, for
В
once,
презентаціях будуть імейли.
next, the presentations will have email addresses you will be able to use. And finally, after this panel, there will be a networking opportunity for everyone. Thank you.
Доброго дня. Мене звати Катерина. Я би, мабуть,
I'm
уточнила
Katerina.
колеги щодо того,
I'd like
чим
to
краще
give
виходити. Тобто
more specifics to my colleague's question as to what we will need to have while attempting to contact you. Maybe we will need to have a presentation of our company, a short brief, maybe some idea of a project proposal. So how to present ourselves for you to understand what we'd like from you. No need to do any special preparations. If you have some ideas in mind, just come up to us with them. Throughout the communication, we will be able to refine those things to understand your strong point, your core competences. Maybe it will be a matter for us to ascertain that this is not for our maybe programmer company, but rather for DTA. So no need to prepare specifically. Be as organic and natural as you can be. I'm very much hopeful for some briefs of your company being already somewhere, and maybe you can have some slides already made, so you just use them. Yeah, just to add, if this is a format that is subject to certain procedural rules, like grant-based call for proposals and so on, there will be some explanations, some templates available. If you are not sure which kind of competition you'd like to participate, if you have a general interest in competing with us, maybe you will talk about your company, your expectations, some benefits that you expect. So it can be a free communication, or you may present an idea of some project that you may have. Just to add, also, we do love our participants here and yeah, whenever you work to raise your money, just be ready to pitch your idea. You never go to a pitching exercise with raw idea. You have some expectations, your vision, your mission in mind, some outcomes and results. So let us remember that it's about fundraising, it's about capital to be involved, it's about certain certification. So let us play adult games. And if we want grant programs to support as many startups as possible, then do your homework. So the question was quite reasonable. During a follow-up, Olesya would speak about things to be done. So I think it's a matter of arranging a practical training for people willing to apply for a program, how to come up with your proposal, to not to get lost, not to be lost, to come through, how to present your objectives, how to make things happen. So in practical terms. Yeah, just to add again, many programs have grant-related conference events to tell what is expected, who is expected to participate. There can be several stages of grant CFPs. Just follow those notices, informations. A lot is being published on the Facebook, elsewhere. If you have some, line of activity you're interested in, just follow it. Just to wrap up a bit what our panelists have mentioned about grants, yes, we are speaking about grants, but from the standpoint of USAID, it's co-investment rather than simply a grant. We want to co-invest together with you in your useful ideas, in the developments of your sector, to make you grow and go ahead. So please try to find this junction points for cooperation. It is increasingly very important for us to understand what is your objective, what are expected results, what are your KPIs. Sorry for those flash words, but again, you want to have some basic understanding of these key points to understand how these may fit into our objectives. So don't think of it as grant opportunity. It's a co-investment rather. A question. Yeah, hi, I'm Vitaly, and I'm very glad to hear that you in your programs also mention veteran-based topics. Could you provide more details about programs or some aspects, avenues that are meant for veterans or related to veterans? I think it would be interesting not just for me.
Стосувалося більше нашого проекту.
I think it's more about our project. We have programs to support centers for rehabilitation of veterans
Центри реабілітації.
based on the range of operations of such centers. And anyway, any our activity within our project envisages certain support of veterans, their families. We may not exclude some, really fine-tuned initiatives meant exactly for veterans, but whatever the format, veterans will and do have, some better, prospects than other participants. We do want to provide maximum opportunities specifically to veteran businesses, not just for the sake of personal development of veterans themselves, but also to see that their businesses grow and are better able to attract experts, staff members, as employees, and so on.
Ми працюємо в
Olesya,
цьому напрямку.
we are working on that
В програмі є
uh,
38
in respect of requalification, as we call it. We have about 30 projects in our program aimed at retraining, requalification of women, of men, also veterans, and such collaboration is possible. One of our flagship project is with Coursera. It's about retraining people into project managers, sales managers. They also train people as logistics officers. They work in Horeca jobs, and they also offer tech jobs qualification opportunities. So I think, yeah, if there's an interest in it, we can collect these requalification opportunities from all those 30 projects, also providing the list of companies as potential employers for those who've got retrained, veterans included, and we pay for the cost of requalification. It can be, excavation equipment drivers, construction equipment drivers, long-haul vehicle drivers, also for women, by the way. So may not be as obvious, but yes, we have these driver qualification programs that offer opportunities for women, and there are companies with potential interest of employing them. So not so obvious right off the bat, but we are ready to collect those practical examples and cases and share them among DSCT residents. Yeah, I think also take this example, this case of the welder school. They had a very nice initiative, a high-tech solution with virtual reality-based case to promote it. And one last question from the floor, I think we still have, because we don't have time for more of them. If no more questions, then let me thank all the panelists, first of all, and big thanks also go to every one of you for allowing me to join you and speak to you on my, as I mentioned already, last event here. I already want to watch the video. I do remember the first event from 2023, and I would really like to see on video if my Ukrainian has got any better.
Що я пам'ятаю, це перша подія була абсолютний справжній крінж, але
The first event, yeah, it was absolutely cringe-worthy, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Theodore. We are extremely proud of our collaboration, and your Ukrainian did improve a lot. I think maybe thanks to interaction with tech community members. I'd like to thank all our colleagues from the USAID-based programs. Thank you for being in direct contact with businesses, and this is not all of it, because we still have 45 minutes to go with speed dating exercise. There will be banners there with USAID members standing then, waiting for you. Just please be mindful of the time. Please spend not more than 5 minutes there. So speed dating, speed pitching is of paramount importance. Thank you for attending this pre-event. Thanks to the USAID Capable Economy, to all other USAID-based projects. Thank you, Theodora, for your collaboration, and we hope to see more of you in Ukraine afterwards. Meanwhile, everyone else have a nice, productive time until the end of this speed dating time.